I tell you for veteran mode, fire and press can wine, my lord. Yes, sir. It's a clean press song from 99.9 and it's now top of the hour of 3 p.m. At this time we bring to you our 3 p.m. news.
Welcome to BFM's 3 p.m. news. I am your presenter, Nurse Wastwick. On the local scene, police on July 9th arrested and charged Melinda Robertson, a 25-year-old farmer of Penistone, with the offense of destruction of property. The investigation revealed that on July 1st, the accused, without lawful excuse, destroyed 38 mature plantain plants valued at EC $456, the property of a 43-year-old teacher of Penistone, by chopping them with a sharp object. The offense was committed in Penistone. Robertson appeared before the Kingstown Magistrate Court on July 10th and pleaded not guilty to the charge. Robertson was granted bail in the sum of EC $1,500 with one surety and was ordered to report to the Vermont Police Station every Monday between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. The matter was adjourned and transferred to the Layou Magistrate Court for a hearing on July 17th. The Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force, RSVGPF, has formally charged 60-year-old security guard Mr. Wadis Simon of Brighton with the murder of Mr. Shernard Gloucester, age 47, of Curtins, Barley. The charge was laid on Thursday, July 10th at the Major Crime Unit Police Headquarters in Kingstown. Preliminary investigations indicate that on Wednesday, July 9th at approximately 12:35 p.m., an altercation occurred between Mr. Simon, who was on duty as a security guard, and Mr. Gloucester at the Kingstown Cooperative Credit Union, KCCU Kingstown office. During the incident, Mr. Simon allegedly discharged his firearm, fatally wounding Mr. Gloucester. A medical practitioner pronounced Mr. Gloucester dead at the scene. Officers from the crime scene unit and the major crime unit processed the scene, and Mr. Simon was subsequently taken into custody. A post-mortem examination conducted on Thursday, July 10th, determined the cause of death as exsanguination due to gunshot wound to the chest. Mr. Simon was arraigned before the Serious Offences Court today, July 11th, where he was not required to enter a plea to the indictable charge. The case was adjourned to Tuesday, July 22nd for a status update on the investigation and to set a date for the preliminary inquiry. Simon was remanded into custody at His Majesty's prison. The RSVGPF extends heartfelt condolences to the family and friends of Mr. Gloucester during this difficult time and expresses gratitude to the public for their cooperation throughout the investigation. On July 7th, police arrested and charged David Cupid, a 63-year-old painter of Prospect, with the offense of wounding. The investigation revealed that on July 7th, the accused unlawfully and maliciously wounded a 49-year-old laborer of the same address by hitting him on his left hand and back with a piece of stick. The offense was committed in Prospect. Cupid is expected to appear before the Kalioquah Magistrate Court to answer the charge. Meanwhile, on July 9th, police arrested and jointly charged Shade Regisford, a 19-year-old resident of Glen, and Carissa Jack, a 21-year-old resident of Lomans Windward, with the offense of wounding. According to the investigations, the defendants unlawfully and maliciously wounded a 22-year-old teacher of Brighton by hitting her on the left side of her head with a cup. The offense was committed in Kingstown on July 8th. The defendants appeared before the Kingstown Magistrate Court on July 9th and pleaded guilty to the charge. They were granted bail in the sum of EC $2,000 each with one surety and ordered not to have any contact with the complainant. They were bonded not to leave the state before July 16, 2025. The matter was adjourned to July 16th for sentencing. On to regional news. Jamaicans are among several foreign nationals who are currently being held at Guantanamo Bay in Cuba, according to the United States U.S. Department of Homeland Security, DHS. It said the detainees are from Haiti, Jamaica, St. Kitts and Nevis, Brazil, China, Colombia, the Dominican Republic, El Salvador, Ethiopia, Guatemala, Honduras, India, Kenya, Liberia, the Marshall Islands, Micronesia, Myanmar, Nicaragua, Nigeria, Peru, Romania, Russia, Somalia, the United Kingdom, Venezuela, and Vietnam. In a statement, DHS Assistant Secretary for Public Affairs, Tricia McLaughlin, said the detention of foreigners with criminal records at Guantanamo Bay shows that U.S. President Donald Trump and Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem are using every tool available to get criminal illegal aliens off our streets and out of our country. U.S. media reports said that as part of an expansion of the Trump administration's effort to turn Guantanamo Bay into an immigration detention center, officials had transferred detainees from Africa, Asia, the Caribbean, and Europe to the naval base. Initially, the base housed mainly Spanish-speaking Latin American migrants awaiting deportation. The Ministry of Education in Guyana has announced that it will begin issuing refunds to students who paid to write up to 8 subjects at the Caribbean Secondary Education Exams CSEC this year. Back in April, President Irfan Ali announced that the government will from this year pay the Caribbean Examinations Council fees for up to 8 subjects for all students sitting the examination in both public and private schools. The exercise is expected to cost some $700 million. According to News Source Guyana, in a notice published today, the Education Ministry explained that all candidates who sat the 2025 CAPE and the CSEC exams in May-June this year in public or private schools or as a private candidate are entitled to the reimbursement. The ministry noted that candidates who paid full fees, those who receive and did not receive the cost subsidy, will be reimbursed up to a maximum of 8 subjects. The exercise will commence next week in the various regions. The Guyana government has been investing heavily on the education sector, with billions of dollars going towards new and improved facilities across the country. And finally on the news at this hour, U.S. President Donald Trump has said he will send weapons, including Patriot air defense systems, to Ukraine via NATO. Trump told NBC News that in a new deal, we're going to be sending Patriots to NATO and then NATO will distribute that, adding that NATO would pay for the weapons. His announcement came after Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky spoke of having a positive dialogue with Donald Trump about ensuring that arms arrived on time. He said he had asked for 10 Patriot systems after a surge in Russian drone and missile attacks on Ukrainian cities in the past week. Patriot batteries detect and intercept oncoming missiles and are regarded as one of the world's best air defense systems. This has been WFM's 3 p.m. News. I have been your presenter, Narissa Bostwick, saying thank you for listening. Join us again at 5:30 p.m. when we will bring you our next newscast.
People's Pharmacy, for all your pharmaceutical, skin and body care needs. Located on Grenville Street in Kingstown. They open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday to Saturday. Call them today at 784-456-1170.